Hi, my name's Tim Mars, and what I'm going to do for this video is show you a magic trick which can be used working with children or adults to help explain what we mean by trauma and to help people be prepared for work in relation to trauma. A lot of work we do, a lot of work in therapy is based around metaphor. And this trick in particular uses the metaphor of the rope as a metaphor for our life story. This is just normal rope bought from B&Q, 79p a metre, something like that. And the only thing that's really been done with this rope is that the central nylon core, which is the middle of the rope, has been removed, which basically just makes the rope a little bit more floppy than if you left the nylon core in there. So what I'll do is I will talk to the young person that I'm working with, and I will say, did you know that you have a life story? That's the story you tell yourself about your life, about the things that have happened to you, and that helps you make sense of who you are, where you belong. It helps you make sense of life. And that story, that life story you have, is made up of lots of strands, like this rope. There's maybe a strand about family, about school, about holidays, about pets, about hobbies, about television programmes. And when all those strands go together, you actually get a really nice, strong rope. Really nice, strong life story like that. And that is absolutely fine. I'm just going to move this over to the side. That's absolutely fine. Having that story like that. What can happen in life is sometimes something bad can happen, and that's like these scissors which come along and they cut the life story in two. Now, instead of having that one unbroken life story, you've got it cut in half before and after whatever the bad thing that happened to you was. Now, because we all do things to get better, that's a little bit like me just tying the ends of this rope together. And that's because, you know, we all do certain things when we face trauma, when we face difficult environments. But I think you'd agree, looking at that rope, the main thing you can see now is the knot. That's what stands out. And what can happen is that knot can get really twisted up inside us. Really twisted up. Now what we need to make sure we do is that bad thing that happened. We need to make sure that's in the past and that's dealt with. So we're going to shut that away. That's gone. So whatever bad thing happened was in the past, it's not happening now. But you're still left with that knot which is hidden inside my hand here. And that knot becomes all the sort of feelings and the thoughts and all of that we have when we think about that traumatic event. And what you do is when you actually meet with somebody, someone who knows what they're doing, they help you talk about that trauma and help you make sense of it and help you put your life story back together again. What you find then is that broken, knotted bit of your life story becomes fitted into that uninterrupted, unbroken life story. So that's the story. Now, I'm not actually going to teach you how to do the trick. Now, I know some of you may think that was done with a camera trick. It wasn't. Hopefully that was fairly obvious that there was no camera trickery. If you're really interested in how to do the trick, probably something like Mark Wilson's Encyclopedia of Magic, which is available on Amazon, amazon.co.uk, amazon.com. It's called Cut and Restore Rope. It's a fairly simple one, but I hope that gives you an idea of how you can use a relatively simple, relatively effective magic trick to help prepare people for the work you do in therapy. So, thank you very much.